What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Reagan and now we're here on location at the Wheels building in E. Rodriguez, Quezon City, where we have the launch of the lineup of Changan. This is Changan's lineup and I'm here now with my fellow car vloggers. We have Ju of Soju Cars here and we also have Wes Kabunkal of Bearing PH Motoring. Yeah, so guys, give a shout out for your own channels.
Please do subscribe to Soju Cars and Chery Tiggo Motoring and also Reagan's Ride. We have to be, nice to each other.
All right. He already took care of it, so I think I'm covered. Thanks a lot, guys. Please subscribe to all our channels.
All right, guys. Yeah, we appreciate your support. So yeah, keep on watching the video, guys. Thank you. Hello guys, so welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this is not a car review. Instead, I am on location here at the Wheels building at E. Rodriguez, Quezon City, where we are going to show you pretty much the launch of 3 of Changan Motors models here in the country. There's the Asvin, there's the CS35 Plus, and the CS75 Plus. But before that, guys, you saw in the intro, I'm already with Wes Kabunkal of Bearing PH Motoring and Ju of Soju Cars. So please subscribe to their channels as well, and please subscribe to my channel as well. And also special thanks to Wheels Incorporated for this very special invite. They're launching of these Changan models. If you have any inquiries at all for Changan, or let's say even Kia, Hyundai, Suzuki, you can go over here to their building at Wheels Building, E. Rodriguez, Quezon City, or you can also go and drop by their showroom at Manila Bay, where I normally feature some of my car reviews, guys. So right now we're going to check out these 3 models. It's not going to be an in-depth car review, but rather mostly just like a quick peek at what these new models from Changan can offer to you guys. So let's go. So guys, the first car that we have here in the Changan lineup in the dealership is the Alsvin. This is the subcompact sedan offering of Changan, right? And this is meant to be their entry-level sedan offering. And we're going to check inside and see how it's going to compare to, let's say, the other subcompact sedans that are out in the market. All right, guys, so we're inside the Asvin Platinum. This is the top of the line Asvin that you could get retails for around 679,000 Philippine pesos. And the first thing that you'll notice is it has a sunroof right here up top. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but just a sunroof, which is pretty decent, especially considering the price point that this subcompact sedan is coming in. This is going to slot in along with like the Honda Brio, the Toyota Vios, or the Wigo even. Yeah, but this is a little bit larger, so it's actually pretty much similar to the Toyota Vios or the Hyundai Accent. As you can see, guys, you've got a pretty decent cockpit layout. The cabin layout here, it is something that you wouldn't expect at this price level. You've got some piano black finishes here, a really interesting design to the infotainment system. You've got an infotainment screen here. It's also a touchscreen, guys. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the one that I have in my Mazda MX-5. So yeah, although it's just stacked on there, at least you still have that. And you've got a climate control system here. Doesn't look like it's automatic though. Seems like a manual system. And if you'll notice the layout, it may be a subcompact sedan, guys, but it has a really nice premium feel to it. It feels like it's the cabin of a more expensive vehicle than what it would suggest. We also have some glossy black finishes here on your gear shifter for your 5-speed wet type dual clutch transmission. Yeah, so not really too fond of this. This would be getting a lot of fingerprints and scratches in no time. Really wish that they just went with a urethane or maybe a leather thing there. Yeah, but overall, if you look at this this cockpit, this Asvin seems to be a really serious contender when it comes to the cabin amenities, especially for the subcompact sedan category. Wow, look at that. This is awesome, guys. Now let's make our way outside. I'm gonna show you some more of the exterior of the Asvin. just to give you guys a better feel of, well, what the exterior of this subcompact sedan looks like. So as you can see, guys, the Asvin has that whole subcompact crossover vibe to it. I'm seeing traces of the Hyundai Accent, the Toyota Vios, but it still has a completely distinct and original look to it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a little bit more quality time with these vehicles just to see what it's all about. So yeah, we're gonna do that fairly soon in the channel. Now what we have here is the subcompact crossover offering of Changan. This is the CS35 Plus, and I believe that this middle variant that we have here, the middle vehicle that we have here, we have the Aspen here, and we have the CS75 there. This middle one, the one in red, is the one who's going to be the best seller because the pricing here is around less than 1.1 million Philippine pesos. So that's actually pretty much a sweet spot when it comes to these budget crossover offerings. So we have, this is a subcompact crossover. It's meant to go against the likes of the Geely Coolray Sport. So let's see if it has the chops to do just that for this quick look. Let's look inside. Yeah, so immediately you could see that you've got a good leather seats here, and you've got some pretty nice switch gear as well. You've got a pretty decent layout for your cabin. You can see there. Let me get inside just to give you a better look, guys. All right, guys, so we're inside the CS35 Plus, and as you can see, this is being the subcompact crossover offering of Changan. It's going to go head-to-head, as I mentioned, against the Geely Coolray Sport. So let's see how the interior pretty much looks like. Well, basing it from what I'm seeing now, it's a pretty straightforward and simple interior. We've got an analog system here for your instrument gauges. And we've also got a nicely integrated infotainment system here. I still don't have the sizing for this infotainment system, but I love the fact that they didn't just tack it on to the dashboard and call it a day, but rather nicely integrated it right here. Kind of reminds me also of the infotainment system that's found in the Ford territory and the Geely Azkarra, which makes it pretty much a winner in terms of design and function. And you've got a really nice, clean layout for your cabin here. You've got a pretty much like a Teutonic vibe to it. It's all nice straight lines, all simple, clean, plainly laid out for the driver. I'm actually liking the look. It's really quite functional. You couldn't really accuse it of being too high-tech to the point that you'll have to read like an inch-thick manual just to know how to turn on the air conditioning or something. It's also nice to see that you've also got a panoramic sunroof here. So yeah, that's also part of the offering of the CS35 Plus. Now I'm going to go and show you the exterior of the CS35 Plus just to show you, well, what to expect and what kind of first impressions it's going to make on me, guys. Let's go. Now if you'll check out the exterior looks of the Changan CS35 Plus, you'll see that it is pretty squarish, it's pretty boxy. It's still got a lot of those modern touches going on the front fascia. It kind of reminds me of an Autobot, to be perfectly honest. Or maybe it's because I'm just watching the Transformers movies again with my son. So yeah, it still has that nice futuristic modern vibe going on to it, but it's clearly not as aggressive as the one that we can find in the bigger brother, the Changan CS75 Plus. But this baby, it's still pretty much a looker, guys. All right, so now we have here pretty much the big daddy of this event. We have a bigger daddy, the CS95, but right now it's not available here in the dealership. But we do have the CS75 Plus. Come on, come over with me. Let's check it out. All right, so as you can see from the white paint itself, wow, this is a really gorgeous white paint. This looks like a pearl white, but it's one of the better executed pearl white paints that I've seen in recent times, guys. But check out when I open the car. Look at the inside, guys. Look at the inside. When you see inside, my first reaction to this was like, is this a Lexus? Because the way, the material of the leather that they use, the red leather, the design, it all looks like a Lexus. And that's actually a pretty good thing because Lexus makes some of the really, really nice interiors out there. So let's check out inside. Now this baby, I'd really love to do an in-depth review of this car. I mean, wow, this is pretty crazy. Look at how gorgeous this instrument gauge panel here and your infotainment system. It's pretty much similar to what you'd find in the newer like Hyundai Palisade, where you've got an entire stretch of LED panel here for your gauges and for your infotainment system. This is pretty crazy. Wow. And look at the quality of the red leather that they used here. This is premium with a capital P, guys. Look at the design of the seats. This is fantastic, and of course it comes with a panoramic sunroof there, and you've got a really nice layout for your cockpit. This This is something phenomenal, and I really couldn't believe that the pricing of this baby is around 1.2 million Philippine pesos. I mean, wow. For us to get this kind of interior with that kind of price, I mean, wow. You know what? Changan is really bringing their game on with this interior, guys. This is phenomenal. Look at that. Wow. Now, another thing that I noticed though is that this CS75 Plus doesn't have a dual clutch transmission, but rather this has a 6-speed automatic transmission. So I don't know what made them decide to do that, not to give us a dual clutch transmission, especially for this pretty much like one of their top tier crossover offerings in the country. But hopefully we get to do a test drive soon just to see how this 6-speed automatic transmission would perform. So now that you've seen the interior of that CS75 Plus, guys, I mean, you gotta check out the exterior of this baby. I mean, wow, it's truly crazy. I love how the whole front fascia comes together here. I mean, wow, guys, this has a lot of that luxury Lexus vibe going on to it, but it's got a little bit more modern, a little bit more futuristic touches that makes it truly stand out. Amongst these three cars, honestly, when I first came into this dealership, the first thing that really caught my eye was how handsome this CS75 Plus looks. I mean, it's really, really good looking. It's really handsome, guys. I mean, wow, check it out. I love how all of these lines happen here and all of this the red accents, even the S that we have here. It's a really cool touch to a very handsome crossover. So there you have it, guys. We've got the three models from Changan, Philippines, the Asvin, the CS35 Plus, and the CS75 Plus. These babies are already here in the country, and I think they're taking some advanced reservations and orders already for these vehicles. I'm really looking forward to having a really in-depth car review and hopefully a drive impression of each of these units so that I could give you guys a better impression of what these cars can give you and can deliver to you guys. Once again, I'm Reagan, and thank you for watching Reagan's Rides. See you again in my next video. Bye-bye.